You're listening to 5 Minutes of English with Laura Pickens, a short podcast about the way we actually talk, like for real. ТИХО, ЕДЕШЬ, ДАЛЬШЕ, БУДЕШЬ. Hi, my name's Laura. I'm an American living in Russia, and this is a wonderful example for you to memorize an interesting grammar form. And instead of just memorizing the grammar rules, it's better just to memorize how to translate this phrase, and it will help you build interesting new sentences. So, first of all, how to translate this phrase. There's actually quite a few ways to do it, but the one I want to give you is the one that is the most natural, but also the one that's the most helpful to try to use the same kind of construction in other ways. And that is, the calmer you go, the further you get. Now, I'm sure that there are people that are going to disagree with me on this translation, and that's fine. There's so many different ways to do it. But since we're talking about it, let's just go over some of the points. ТИХО can be translated into quiet, but you don't go quietly. If you go quietly, that means that your car makes no sound. And that's not what this phrase means. I actually like to say the slower you go, because this is more in line with an American parable that we have. I think you guys do too, about the rabbit and the turtle. But that's not what the original Russian was. ТИХО best translates here to the calmer you go. In the second part, we really do like to use the verb get to talk about arriving at a location, and it's never bad practice to use it whenever possible. It will make you sound more natural. So those little caveats aside, let's look at the true grammar that we're talking about today, which is the the. This construction is very much like a zero conditional or a first conditional. In fact, you'll see a couple of these phrases that I will use the word will, and actually it doesn't change the meaning at all. So let's just look at some. The more, the better. The more you study, the smarter you get. The more you read, the faster you'll learn. You see, it doesn't even really matter if we use will or not, and it doesn't matter if we have a full clause after the comparative word, like the more. Like we can just say the more the better. And that means the more stuff you have, the better it is, I guess. But you can put whatever you want there. It's understood. So you can leave it with just a comparative, a word with an ER ending, like better, more, faster, longer, stronger. And you can follow that up with like a full clause. The more you sleep, the more you make, the more you read, the more you want. And then you follow that with, again, a comparative word. The longer, the stronger, the faster, and also a clause. The smarter you get, the better you feel, the faster you'll learn, the more mistakes you make, the more mistakes you will make. And all of those are perfectly fine. So let's look at some real examples of this and see if you can understand and maybe even translate into Russian. The harder it is, the stronger you become. The earlier you start, the easier it is. The quieter you are, the more you hear. The more coffee I drink, the less it helps. Here's some real examples from famous quotes and proverbs. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The more I learn, the more I realize how much I do not know. The more you know who you are and what you want, the less you let things upset you. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. And we can do this with some really complex sentences as well. The more people try to control others, the more they reveal how little control they have over themselves. The more you try to plan every detail, the more likely it is that something unexpected will throw you off. The more a sentence stretches to include a second clause that mirrors the first, the more difficult it becomes to track of where it started. That was my little special one for you guys. So you can add this construction into your list of constructions that you make in English to give more variety and more art to your sentences. Language is an art form after all, and you are creating the painting and style of you. If you want to give some more attention to this construction and do some exercises, maybe practice some translations, you can follow me on my private Telegram chat, where you have access to me like your own private tutor for only 299 rubles a month. You can find me at laurapickens.ru/podcast, or it's in the description. And with that, I will see you next time.